Well, we can start, and when Joanne hops on, then she can join in the fun. Okay, so what you want to do is go to your back office and click on this My Support Center, the bottom tab, and then that takes you to submit a case, which I've just opened.
Yeah, I did all that.
Oh, okay. What part are you needing?
Well, nobody has answered from customer support, and so I thought that's what you were going to help me do today. No,
I can.
Okay.
I can help figure out why they're not. When did you submit it?
I sent an email to you. Did I do that? It might have been Monday. Today's Wednesday. Monday.
Okay. And so you submitted it either Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Okay. And then have you gone into the back and looked to see if they have answered it?
Yes. So that's when I sent you. Let me see. I think I sent you a copy of it. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I didn't send you a copy of it, but I went back in and nobody's responded.
Okay. I'm wondering if we just need to give them some more time.
Okay. I mean, I can do that.
That's a possibility.
But
I mean, I know that.
Yeah, I don't really know how you would do it. Do you know how to do it without having to call them?
Transfer of ownership?
Yeah.
No, that's something that has to be done in their, it has to be done in their back end. Yeah. My glasses.
Okay. So that's all I needed because I already did a ticket like this.
Okay.
It shows that I have a ticket there, but I have been gone all day. I looked this morning, it wasn't done, but I don't know if the person I'm sending it to, do they need to have an email? Do I need to have their Healy with me? I have their number because they took a picture of it. Or they're just going to call me? Is that what they do?
Do they have, okay, so the person you're transferring it to, are they a member of Healy already? Do they have a back office?
The mother is a member because she bought the Healy from me. This is the son of the mother. So okay. I don't know if the son needs to set up an account or not. I need to do some things that maybe I can start doing so that I don't have to keep waiting for them if I've already.
Okay. So what did you write in, I'm just coming back here because now I've got new share here. Let's come back. So I've got your email here that I sent. Okay. So what did you put as the issue? Do you remember, what did you write here when you
transfer of the Healy and the blue dot?
Transfer of the residence and
the red dot.
Okay, so let me ask you again. Did you just write that? That's the only thing you wrote as the issue? Bye, sweetie.
Let me see if I can find it. I've got another computer. No, I didn't put only that.
Because we want to make sure that they have all of the information they need. This is serial number attached to this account, which would be yours, is now being transferred to Business Center with the name, the username, the email, the phone, everything that they would need.
So here's what it said. Wait a minute. Please transfer the serial number to, and I put the serial number up there, to my client's son, Monica Carey. His name is Stephen Carey. It works on the pink dot, but not the blue dot. Needs to be transferred over. Please let me know if you need anything else. And I gave my phone number.
Okay, so they're gonna need something else, because if her son does not have a business center, he needs to sign up, or it needs to be transferred over to her business center. It has to be transferred to a business center. They can't just transfer it into someone's name. It has to be going to a different business center. So he can certainly sign up. It's still free to sign up to have a business center.
Okay.
But that would be one thing that they're either going to ask for, or you could go in tonight and you could close that ticket and reopen it, giving all of that information, which probably would save time in the long run.
Okay, so what is it that I have to give them? His account number if he opens up an account?
Well, the account number is the username, right? Because your friend Monica has a username, correct?
Okay.
So let's just do this. So name, Judy. I'm just going to do basics so you know exactly, you kind of understand.
Okay.
Username, whatever your username is. Okay. And then your phone and your email. Okay.
Okay, so wait a minute. My username, isn't that my email?
How do you sign into your Healy back office? What do you use?
I'll do it again and see, because it does it it populates automatically for me now.
That's why I don't do that anymore. It forces me to remember where there's a lot of auto population.
But I think it's under my let's see. It is under my email, I'm pretty sure. So let me do log in. It's not logging in. Did it keep me there? Okay, let's try that. Okay, so it's hello J Fulop. Okay, so that would be my username then. Okay.
What is it?
It's just J F-U-L-O-P.
F-L-O-U-P? F-L-J?
F-U-L-O-P. People.
Okay, so that would be your username, your full name here, and then your phone number, and then your email. Okay, and then you would have your serial number up here. Let's just put one in, auto-populate something. You'd have
my serial number, or the serial number of the Healy I want to transfer?
The Healy. Well, you're going to confuse them if you give them two. So you're going to want the serial number of the one you want to transfer is.
That's what I gave them.
It belongs to it belongs to you though.
Right, but I gave you that number of this Healy that I want to transfer.
Correct. Yeah, because you'll confuse them if you give them the one you're keeping, because that doesn't have to do with this. So you'd put this will auto-populate to your, okay, and then email, and then you're going to go issue, and then you're going to say, if you haven't already, I would like to transfer ownership of the Healy, and we want to say resonance, because you said it's a resonance. Serial number, can't find my number, and then whatever it is,
which is the number
10101010, whatever the one that you're going to put up here too. So it'll be the same thing. Okay. 2, whatever the username is. Username.
Okay.
Well, actually, I would do first. I think I would do name first. Name, username. I'm not typing very well tonight, guys. Sorry. And then phone, email. Okay. And then because the resonance doesn't work probably for some reason on your end if you've activated it. And have you tried to use this resonance?
No, I never did. I kept it in the box. So it's
okay.
New.
Okay. All right. So just looking at this, is this different than what you gave them?
Well, obviously I didn't have him check in, so he has no username and stuff.
Okay, so what I would do then is I would go into your back office right now after you get off the call here and close that ticket.
Okay.
And then you're going to resubmit a new one after you have all this information, because if you don't have this information, you're going to have 2 or 3 or 4 days in between conversations about, we don't know who this person is. Because we don't have him in his system and what's his username, and they're going to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So the best thing to do is make sure that, when you do issue, you want to make sure that you've got everything in there. So here you would be transfer of ownership.
When she buys 2 more underneath me, or I sell 2 more to her, do those other 2 kids need to get their own username, or because I'm selling it to her, does she need to then transfer it to them? Because
So you
She's
said something about a purchase, but you're talking about the purchase of this particular Healy?
No, I'm talking about the other two that she's going to buy.
Okay, so she hasn't bought them yet.
She hasn't
Okay.
bought the other two.
Okay, and so she's going to buy the other two, so just so she has them before the pricing and everything changes?
I don't know. Is the pricing right now 1,200?
It's 1,500 for a residence.
Oh, it's 15. Okay.
14, 13 before all of your sales tax. So I guess what I would need to know is what are her plans? Is she in the middle of a fast start that she needs to get 3 sales to get a free unit? Is she in the middle of that, or is she just wanting to get them prior to the sale being done?
She doesn't know that there's a sale, but she has to wait a couple of weeks each time because she needs to get the money.
Okay. On the 31st, the sale ends.
Okay.
So as soon as May 31st is the last day of this sale. And then the Healys actually, I don't know if they'll go right away to the launch of the subscriptions, or if that's going to start in July 1st, but it's very possible that she won't get what we have now. So if she can and wants to purchase them on a credit card, that would be my advice.
Okay.
And then pay it off.
Okay, so I have another person that wants to buy the watch. Is the watch on sale?
No, the watch has never been on sale. The watch will stay the same, but yeah, but I was gonna say, before we add anybody else in, let's go back to her. So she wants to buy 2 of them, but is she buying them for her kids?
She's going to buy 2 for her kids.
Then she needs to sign up her kids and have those business centers buy those individual residences or Healys, so that those Healys are associated with those accounts and them. Their email, their username, their phone number, everything.
So she's buying it under me, like I sold one to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to sell another 2 to her.
So I don't disturb you.
Are you selling ones that you already own, or you're buying them through the back office?
Okay, back to where we were.
Yes, please, because I'm really confused.
This one that we transferred, she bought directly from me. Okay.
Wait, before you go on, she bought directly from you, meaning she wasn't signed up, she wasn't a customer, you purchased it and you are selling it to her outside of Healy, correct?
For this one I am, but she is a customer because she has one before.
Okay, so she owns one outright and now she's buying this one from you. This is the one that we're on here transferring. Right. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then when she wants 2 more, I would sell it to her the same way I sold her her first one, right?
Which is through as a customer?
Yes.
So you need to say, instead of buying it from you, what you need to say to me is she's buying it, because that'll help me keep it straight. She is going to go in as her customer in her customer back office and purchase 2 more Healys from Healy.
Okay, so I'm not sure that that's right. So I personally sold her a Healy through the back office here.
She signed up. Okay, and so you said the first one she signed up as a customer and purchased through her shop. She signed up as a customer and she went shopping.
No, I was sitting with her. She was in my login and she became my customer.
When you become a customer with Healy, you have your own back office that you can go shopping again. Is that her intent to buy these other 2?
She doesn't know how. She knows that she will buy 2 more.
Okay, so you need to help her decide if she's going to pay you and you're going to put the money out in the shop, your back office, or if she's going to sign in as her customer in her customer back office and purchase that way, in which you would get commission.
Yeah, that's what she would do.
Okay, so you need to make sure you have her login information so that she can purchase from Healy using her customer back office.
Okay, so I just need to show her her customer back office, right?
And she would have had to have created a user name
Right, she did.
for that back office, okay? And in order to log back in, you need a password. She should have received an email from Healy giving
think
her
she
that.
Yeah, I think she has a password.
Okay, perfect. Then she needs to sign in, and where she would go is that, oh, let me come here. She's gonna go to the www.healyshop.
Okay.
/en -us /. I don't know if you can see that up in my screen here.
No.
Okay, let's go.
Oh,
here.
wait. I can see this. I can see
you
that.
see it? Okay.
Yeah, I just took a picture of it.
Not logging in. I'm going to www.healyshop. So that will come here. So there won't be any name at the top where it says login, right?
Right.
And then she will want to log in. So when she clicks log in, then it will come to here where she's going to put either her username or her email address and then the password she was given. And that will get her into her somewhat limited back office as a customer, and that's where she'll purchase.
Okay. Is there a new code from long ago that she would get to get the Healy deal?
Right now, they're all on sale until the end of the month. So if she gets a residence, she's going to get it for the holistic health price. There is no coupons to put in. They are automatically taken in the back office or taken in the shopping cart. And this one thing you'll have to remind her is that this button up here, well, actually, let me go back to that other browser. See how this button here, it says that there's one in there. Let me just go to checkout. And I'm going to show you what happens, and it kind of freaks people out, and then they don't buy. Oh, it's not going to let me return to cart. Return to cart.
I remember we had a code before.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. They haven't, for about the last 2 or 3 sales, they've put it automatically in. So that's good. So see here, the code has already been put in.
Okay.
Okay. And so but the price up here is the regular price. So people see that and they go, this was the proceed. Let me go the next step, which is to take me to the cart, which it'll show this price again at the top. See, people see this and they go, they didn't take the coupon off. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom past where you would put in your Visa, right? Go past that. Now, do you see where they took the coupon off down here?
Okay, now that's not for the resonance, right?
No, I'm just showing you as an example. This is an upgrade, but I'm just showing you as an example that up here at the top, once you get to the shopping cart where you're going to check out, it looks as though they're going to charge you regular price. So if she calls you and says, oh my gosh, this is regular price, this is, $2,500, whatever, you need to say, nope, scroll all the way to the bottom past the Visa information. And then you'll see at the bottom where they've taken the coupon off. And then this total will be the price she's paying.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, they make the shopping cart button not reflect what you're paying. It reflects what the original price was. And so this kind of freaks people out. And then they back out completely because they're like, I'm not going to pay that. Well, if they would have just scrolled down to the bottom, they would have seen that really, yeah. So just remind her of that if she's doing it without you. I probably wouldn't allow her to do that without you. I probably would be on the phone with her, walking her through, or doing a Zoom call.
Yeah, I did that for her and my other people. Then the other question is there if I want to plug in, let's say in 2 months, I want to plug in and see if the Healy resonance is on sale again. Where do I plug in to see if it's on sale? Just here?
You just go to your shop.
Okay.
You just go to either the home office shop or go into your back office. And then you can just look here and see, and you can click on whatever you want to purchase. So if you wanted a resonance, you would click on it.
And then you would see if it's on sale.
I mean, right here, you could add it to cart again, because they take off the coupon in the cart. So you'd have to add it to the cart.
Okay.
And then,
yeah, because I wasn't aware that it was on sale.
Yeah, they've had a sale actually since February 1st. It's been on sale. So the Telegram apps, the Facebook apps, the corporate information, all of that can be found on ATP 123 or just from the Telegram group.
Yeah, I've been on the Telegram group, but I never saw when they said if the sale is on or not on. So right now the sale is 14.13 and then with tax is 15.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this to add it to the cart, but for whatever, oh, because I'm not logged in. Let me go back to my mom's and let me add it. Let me take this out. Debbie, did you see that I uploaded the call from last night onto YouTube?
No, I didn't see that yet, Marie, but I will forward it to people so that they can
Awesome.
see it that missed.
Yeah, it's gotten only about 5 views, but if you guys want to kind of spread that around.
I will for sure.
Yeah, that was a
Thanks.
good call.
Yeah,
There was
that
a
was so
lot of
nice.
people on last night, so that was good.
Yeah.
Was there questions on that call?
There
Or
were
was-
not.
Okay,
Yeah,
Thank
there
you.
were not, because we were only we were kind of directing everybody to here tonight for questions if they had them. Okay, so this is still showing, this is her sales tax. So this is what it is without and with. Let me go to view cart.
And I'm wondering if I have your, you
see
have a
right-
Telegram account? Okay, there it is. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
so here's where that 944 would be taken out, and this would be the price. But again, let's proceed to check out, and I'll show you once again as a residence opposed to an upgrade, that it just does the same thing. This pink button and this price scares a lot of people and they just don't go any further. But if they were
Okay.
to scroll all the way down past the visa information, see right there, the 1473 would be the price that they would pay. So I
But
just
they're-
tell people scroll all the way to the bottom. The coupon is taken off in the shopping cart at the very bottom below where you put your visa.
Got
So,
it.
okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. And then if she does that through her as a customer, then you get commission for that, which is awesome.
Okay, so I get the commission that's like the $200 or whatever.
If she buys a residence, yeah, you're getting
Yeah, okay.
300. Yeah, you're getting 300 off of that. So that's good.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Maria.
You're so welcome. And then let me know if you need more assistance on that, submitting that ticket. I think once you get all that information in there, it should be pretty easy, but he just has to have, if it's going to him, it has to have a business center.
Okay.
So your friend,
I will-
if she buys these 2 residents and she still wants to give them to her kids, she has 2 options. She can sign up the kids and she can get the commission, or she needs to buy them and then they will have to sign up under you, or as a customer, sign up as a customer so that she can go into her back office and do the same thing we're doing here, which is to transfer the serial number over to their center.
Okay, but if her sons buy it from her, I don't really get the 200 commission, right?
Nope. So if
Okay.
you're willing to help her with this process, once that, then we're good. But yeah, the son has to sign up first and he has to have his username.
Okay, so basically, we would have to do another customer support to transfer it.
2 of them,
Why
one
does-
for each.
So why does this, so if we don't transfer it with her buying through me, not through me, but you know what I mean? If she goes
Yeah.
and buys it,
Right.
then all they would need to do if they use the blue dot is just put in her username and the other thing to use it, right?
Or use it as a demo. Just press the demo.
Well, the
And
demo doesn't have everything, does it?
It doesn't save into the cloud. It just allows you to access the residence so that you can do scans.
But if they had her username and code and put it in the blue dot, they could
It would
use
work.
it.
Absolutely. Yep. If they
Okay.
didn't mind sharing, because sometimes the same client list show up because it's the same account. So as long as they don't mind that, then that works perfect.
Okay. So
Because
that's
once they
great.
have it, once they have the master key saved on their phone, they really don't have to do any login information unless they change their phone or get a tablet, or they accidentally uninstall and reinstall the Blue Dot app. Then they need that master key again and the login information.
Okay, that sounds really good. So I'm going to have to run.
Okay,
So thank you to everybody else for being patient with me, and I appreciate it.
no problem. You have a great night.
Okay, thank you.
Dawn, did you have a question from last night that we didn't get answered?
I do.
Okay,
Well, it's a couple things, but I have, well, the master key. I lost my client list. Last time I did the master key and I did it as I learned from the first one. But it saved it to my, I believe to my email. But when I open that email up, it's nothing I can like capture master key. It's all kind of a bunch of little texts. So I still,
is it just a page full of characters?
yes.
That
So
is
I
your
still
master
don't
key.
have it.
That
All
is your
that?
master key. It's a
Oh,
4069-bit encrypted code specifically for each account.
oh.
It's the most
So,
secure thing for something we don't have to put a social security number in I've ever.
oh gee,
But because
okay.
it's a medical device and because people are a little freaked out about whatever their name and that they might have to run pure or release,
Well,
I don't know.
well, let's, I
We,
only hope I kept it at this point, because I may
well,
have like,
you could probably go into your trash and find it.
oh,
So,
okay, let me see if I can, do that. Okay.
and what I've done is I didn't want to do that one. Let me go to, that's that one. Let me come back up here to this. So on mine, I have Healy master keys. So I have a file under my Healy account for master keys. And there's all the master keys that I have for other people. My dad's, my mom's, my husband's, my son's, my daughter's, even a good friend.
yeah,
So I have them all saved in a file so that if I change, my device, well, I just got a new tablet. Thank you, Cheryl. I got a new tablet. So, I had to open this email up in my new tablet. The thing about this is though, the Healy can't get the master key in when it's enveloped in an email. You need to actually download. So if I was opening a tablet or a phone, I would click this download button off of the email, click the download button and save it in my downloads because Healy can find it there. Then when you open your phone up and it's looking through all the different files, it will find
okay,
the master
so
key in
I did
downloads.
find the email. So if I go to here, select that and then select download, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I select the download, and there it is. Okay, so then I open it and save it in a, oh, it says Notepad, WordPad, or more
Can you
apps.
just download it? Can you just hit
Um,
download?
okay, I'll try that again. It did say download. Yep, downloads. It does say downloads. I'm going to
And
open
now
the
if you
file.
go, now if you go, or you can just go to settings and it'll be there. I'm kind of I've on the screen, I did a YouTube video. Once I got my tablet, thank you, Cheryl. Once I got my tablet, I was able to have a bigger screen so I could show people how to do it, basically just downloading and then going into my download file so that I could find it and open it up so that it was accessible to the Healy program because it's
Okay,
not
so
enough. It's not enough just to have it in email, but you have to have it in email to get it to transfer to whatever phone, tablet, you need it on next.
okay.
So, and
So
it's a
when
safe place.
I did go into downloads, and under downloads, it shows today. I tried 3 times. It looks like under downloads, and when I double click on that to open up, a
Okay.
window comes open. It says, how do you want to open this file? Notepad, WordPad, look at an app in the mic. Maybe should I do it under
So what you should do
Chrome?
now, what you should do now is just go back to home and now
Okay,
open up your Blue Dot app and have your Healy on. Now that you have it accessible and it's in your downloads. So here I'm actually downloading the Blue app so that I can get it going. Let me scroll ahead so I can kind of be in that same place with you.
okay, so hold on, let me, I'm gonna put you back on my, this, and I'm going to open up this email. in my phone so I can see what you're doing. Bear with me here.
That's okay.
Thank you.
And this video too also has how to do the blue synchronization on it. And even though on the video I say it only took me 10 minutes, it was really 18 minutes from start to finish on that sync. It took 18 minutes total for it to completely go through the blue app. Now, on the Tech Tip Tuesday call that I was able to watch a little bit of, they were talking about memory on the phone, and we've never really talked about how much memory is left on the phone. But Doc Steve said, or maybe it might have been Frank, I'm not sure who said it, but that the Healy program itself is a very power hungry source, and it really your device needs to have a lot of memory in order for things to move quickly. And so I have a feeling that that's one of the reasons why Gwen gets such good quick things happening on her device, probably because she probably has a phone with a lot of memory on it. I'm not sure. Or she doesn't save a lot to that phone, so she's got a lot of memory. But there were a couple people on that call that were having issues getting things to upload from the Blue Dot and the synchronization. And then when he had them look at how much memory they had left, they were already using about 85 to 90% or more of their internal memory. And he said, you know, that's just, you're a glutton for punishment on glitchiness at that point. And that made a lot of sense to me, because a lot of times people go through the blue app or the blue dot, the Bluetooth, and they delete everything and they're like, I can't figure out why I can't get it. But nobody's ever talked about the internal memory of the phone or the tablet that they're working with. So I thought that was really a
Yeah,
great
it says
piece of
cannot find
information.
application to open the file on my phone, so maybe I don't have enough memory on there to.
Well, you actually, in order to open the file, you actually need a JSON application that you can go get, but you don't really have to open it. You just have to have it out of your email and in your download.
Okay,
So,
so it's in my download on my phone, but
okay. Okay, so where are you at then on the process of opening your Blue Dot app then?
on the Blue Dot app is, let me go to that. Actually, let me, I was doing a treatment on someone earlier, so let me close it so it's fresh. And so I'm hitting the Healy Advisor, and I'm on where the notice, and then we have the pink next button at the bottom.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, so hit next.
Hit next.
Okay.
Now, is it taking you to log in?
No,
Okay,
the
so
Renaissance analyst and the Aura analyst.
okay, so then I'm a little confused on why you need your master key. If you've gotten that far, you have it already.
No, I do have it. I guess I was just questioning in the event I need it.
Got you.
Where
Now you
can
have.
I? Yeah.
Now you have it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
And it won't even it won't even search for it because it already has it. You already have triangulated and it's made it, but you now have it in your download on that device. So if you end up having to uninstall or reinstall the Blue app, or you need to, get a different phone, now you know what you need to do. You need to open up the email, download it to your
okay.
phones. Now all you have to do is just keep it in there. Just don't delete it from your download file. I mean, you could certainly save it to an internal file if you wanted to, but Healy just can't find the master key enveloped in an email. It needs to have it into the device somewhere, whether it's saved in a file or in the downloads. And then when you go to open this Blue app, and if you can see on your screen where I'm getting ready to hit login, I'll show you what it does. Talking about the demo key. So I click login, and then I go through the process of connect to the Healy, connect everything. Oh, you know what? I have to go back into the pink dot. So let me take you back a little farther.
Okay.
Talking about the triangulation of that. Let me go a little farther into it. Here we go. So that's that. I want it to get so that I can show you where it pops up the master key. So once it connects here, then it's going to ask me for the login information. So I go ahead and I log in, click login. So, and now it's saying import master key. And so I'm not saving that, whatever that pop-up was, but if, import master key. So I click that and now it's going to go searching. And I have to so this, it takes me to my screenshots. And so what I need to do is I need to go to my downloads. So I have to click my buttons up here to get to the menu because it's not in this file at all. But see, now I just click on the downloads right here. Click on down and there.
The upper left corner, it's your other,
Yeah,
there it is.
click on downloads.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there it is. So now when I click on that, immediately Healy grabs it.
It grabbed it. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that was
Nice.
just in a download file. So you're not having to try to find it. I always told people to save it to somewhere else, but really all you have to do is save it to your email and then maybe place it in the downloads on your device, but always have it in an email so that you can transfer it to whatever new phone or
Got it.
tablet or iPad or whatever you end up getting.
Okay. And my other question is, and I'm not sure if this is the right forum for it, but I'm desperately seeking advice. I've been treating this gentleman who was exposed to black mold. And when I first started treating him, anyways, I'll just fast forward a little bit. He's doing better with his breathing, the phlegm. However, he had pulmonary doctor already scanned, and he went 2 days ago, and they went in there and they found cancer. And so, he's already having restricted breathing now again since his procedure, but of course, the little bleeding's from that procedure. But anyhow, moving forward, I really, truly, truly believe that there's something in Healy. And so it looks like the cancer is going to be an aggressive state because he already feels the difference in his, the organs in the back. But I'm not sure where to go as far as while he's in this interim stage, trying to decide what best processes for him. What can
As a naturopath, I would say that yes, use the Healy, but the thing about energy and frequencies is it can change a lot of things. But if you don't have, it's kind of like if you have an engine and you have spark plugs that aren't that great. Healy is kind of like putting in new spark plugs so that everything runs better, but the engine has to have fuel. There has to be a reserve of energy in order to keep the engine running. And it's, if we're in a cancer state and it's this place, then that means that the reserves have been nil for quite a long time. And he probably is in a very, very acidic place if the mold was able to start really taking hold. And so it would be interesting to see what his pH is, his morning and his morning urine and morning saliva pH. I would guess that he's probably very, very acidic. The Healy can assist on that from a standpoint of if you have a little bit of fuel and new spark plugs in your engine, the engine will run better, but we still need a lot of fuel to get the distance. And so I would be, as a naturopath, I would be pushing not only using the Healy, but tons of nutrition. So I don't know if this person is on some type of a protocol for that, a regimen. Is he taking vitamin C, vitamin D, as antioxidants? High pH water?
Not high pH water. We got him on all off of all sugar products, but a lot of greens. He has the reverse draw, B17, vitamin C. All these are no sugar. A lot of the vegetables I'm doing from are all organic stuff.
Okay, and so what's his water source then?
His water source is bottled water.
Yeah, so that needs to be Fiji, Essentia. That needs to be something, a high quality, high pH water, even though it's in a plastic container. If it's Aquafina, Dasani, anything like that, that's just as acidic as Coke.
Okay, so it needs to be high pH water.
Yeah, Aquafina is about 5.5 on the pH scale. That is just as acidic as Coke, and that will feed any fungus, yeast, bacteria. That'll feed a lot of critters. So people come in and they'll say, "Oh, I'm a good water drinker. I drink 3 quarts of water a day," and then they show me what they're drinking. and it's high pH or low pH water, of which I say, how much greens are you bringing in to compensate for that then? Because really you almost have to drink a gallon of water to compensate for the acidic assault of one Coke. Well, if
Makes sense.
if one Aquafina is as acidic as Coke, he would have to drink a gallon of just 7.0 or higher just to compensate for the acidic assault of that one 16-ounce bottle of low pH water. So that would be the next thing. Another thing
Okay.
you might try doing is inhaling white vinegar steam, nose inhalation to get that down into the lungs, because vinegar is a germ killer, and that can help. It's something simple, really easy. 1/4 cup of vinegar to 1 cup of water in a little steam pot or a saucepan on your stove. Just as you start to see the steam, you don't want it boiling, obviously, because you don't want to inhale boiling steam, but just as it starts to simmer and you can start seeing the vapors come up, you inhale really deeply 5 or 6 times. Do that as often as it feels good to do that. Anybody who's just getting into a place where they've got a feeling like a nose cold or a chest cold is coming on, if you start doing that, it'll abate it immediately. If you have a runny nose and you do that, it'll dry you up so you can sleep all night without having to put a tissue up your nose. and then also those vapors go down into the lungs. So the other thing you can do with those vapors though, is you can be putting in like MMS, miracle mineral solution. That is, you can get that online, you kind of on the down low. You got to look at water supply stores, but that will kill germs as well. So you can do, there's a lot of different things you can do through that, from an inhalation properties to just get stuff right there at the lungs. For cancer in the lungs, I probably would even put in some baking soda into the water so that you're getting those as well. There's a Roman, I think he's from Rome, a doctor who says that, cancer is a fungus. He has a book that's called Cancer is a Fungus. And so he talks about treating all of his patients that have tumors, especially if they're close to the surface of the skin. He'll shunt the tumor with a tube and he'll bathe it in baking soda every day. And he's had tumors gone within days, because that high alkalinity doesn't allow the fungus to create any type of structure to go further. So that might be something to look at, but that's something that you could just start kind of playing with.
Absolutely, man. I just greatly appreciate that advice. It's a great start and great direction. So,
well, and the big thing, the big thing for that too is when you get to that place, remember that lungs, especially I mean, I don't know where he came in contact with his black mold. Do you know?
We did. It was in his house.
So is this a long, he's been exposed for a long period of time?
A long period of time, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's basically just becoming acidic and acidic and acidic. So what you need to know is what the body needs to heal from something like this is time and resources. And it sounds like with you've been helping with a lot of different resources, but he probably hasn't had that kind of help for a very long time. So, so his resources are probably pretty dismal. And so you're going to have to be is he out of that house now?
He is. He's actually staying with me right now. I have him in another room of the house.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so the part I see with any type of stage 2, 3, and 4 is you've got to instill hope, and if you have hope, you have faith, and if you have faith, you have healing, and that's really the progression. So if you can do these little things that are just like this is like the old wives' tale stuff that great grandma used to boil vinegar and have everybody breathe it, and it's something simple, and it starts making him feel less congested, and wow, I can get a deeper breath, and all of a sudden you've started to instill some real positive stuff and real positive action. So
beautiful.
Yeah, we'll all on the call. All of us on the call be saying prayers.
Yay! Thank you. Now,
can I say something?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to say, breathe through your nose, not in your mouth.
Yep,
because when you breathe that vinegar through your mouth, it's horrid. But if you breathe through your nose,
you'll gag like you choked on a pickle.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. Yeah, definitely. Anytime I think that I'm getting anything head cold wise, I'll throw a little saucepan of vinegar on the stove and then just, breathe in the steam and exhale out, but yes, through the nose.
Would you suggest I throw some of that baking soda in there as
Yes.
well, or just for the
Yes.
steam and to digest it as far as drinking with would you mix it with the pH water?
Well, the thing you have to be careful when you ingest baking soda is its sodium content, and that can throw off the potassium, which he probably is already out of balance with. And you don't
Yeah.
want to try to have to readjust with potassium. Most of us are deficient anyway. So what would be a better solution is to go get like fulvic or humic minerals, liquid, that you can just add to all of his water. And it doesn't have a taste, fulvic and humic minerals, you can just get at the health food store. It's
How do you spell that? How do you spell that?
HUMIC, humic, and then fulvic, FULVIC, fulvic human. You can get humic, you can get both of them together. But it looks like a dark coffee, darkest tea you've ever seen. But it really doesn't have a flavor when you put it in the water. It just, so that's something that you could be doing from an internal standpoint, but then you're getting all the minerals.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
While I have this
Maria.
video up, is there anything else that anybody needs to know about the synchronization? Because I know that's been a big thing, synchronizing the Blue Dot app.
Oh, one other question before I take a seat here. The crystal geyser water, what do you think about that?
I would use pH drops
Okay.
to find out. Some of them are great, or at least 7.0. I would always look at the source, because some bottled water, it'll say, Chicago Municipal Water Supply. Pff, okay, well, that's really good for us. But the pH water drops, they're orange. You can get them on Amazon. In fact, let me go grab it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Oh, thank you.
So they're just, and then usually when you get them online, they come with your little cheat sheet, so you know what your pH level is.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
just get a little cup and you put some of this in here. I may have to do a demo I'll have to do a demo sometime of getting different bottled waters and showing.
That would be great.
Yeah, because it's really amazing when people come in and they bring their tap water or their municipal water. It'll be 7.0, which people think that's great. Well, it's potable. That's awesome. But they don't have to tell us how they got it to be 7.0. The municipal water supplies, they don't have to tell us what they put in it in order to get it to 7.0 for the EPA to say you're providing through your pipe safe water. But I can guarantee that if I take my tap water and I leave that water sit out overnight and I test it tomorrow morning, it's going to be acidic, because all of the chemicals that they put in to get that water to be 7.0, which is supposedly safe, will have dissipated off, and it will leave me with acidic water. So people who are drinking bottled water or tap water, I'm like, even if you can just drink one Fiji water bottle a day, start there. One 32-ounce bottle of higher quality water, even though it's in a bottle. The square bottles, and any bottle that doesn't have any accordion or grooves in it. If you think about those accordions, usually that's like Aquafina, you can see the little accordions. Well, the reason that they're there is because once they put the water in that plastic, they heat treat it in the plastic, because those accordion, it allows the bottle to expand for the heat, and then it shrinks back to its normal shape. So any bottled water that you see that has any kind of indentation or design that we think is just kind of cool and it's for grip, that's so it can be heat treated in the plastic.
Oh, wow. What
But if
kind
you
of water
have,
do you drink?
well, I have an ionizer. I have a Life ionizer, one here and at
Oh.
home. So I drink ionized. I probably drink 8.3 to 8.5 level pH water all the time, every day. That's what I drink. That's what I make my coffee with. I may even make it higher. I may go 9.5 for my coffee, because I'm adding some, the tannins and the acidity of the coffee. So.
Okay, so Maria, it's
Uh-huh.
Willow.
Hi, Willow.
I have a question.
Okay.
do you have any NAC? And I believe that's niacin supplements. That is supposed to protect us from the shedding that people who have been vaccinated
Are you talking about
are
NAC,
shedding.
N-acetylcysteine, maybe?
NAC.
Yeah,
I
it's,
think it means niacin, does it not?
no, it's N-acetylcysteine. Yeah.
Okay,
So
do you
it's
have those supplements? Because I absolutely need to have some.
just, you could just get them on Amazon or go to your health food store. Super easy to
Okay,
get.
so do you not have them in stock
I
in
don't,
your?
yeah, I happen to have a bottle right here on my desk that's open, that's for me, but I don't sell that product here. Yeah.
Okay,
But do you live in
so-
a bigger city so that you can go to a health food store?
well, I really don't. I live kind of like out in the country in the middle of Middle Tennessee. And so, no, I don't.
Do you do
But
Amazon?
they're saying that the FDA has halted all sales of that because
'Cause it's
they
helpful, because it's helpful.
know that it helps against shedding. And that's just kind of scary to me.
So NAC drops, there's NAC drops, glutathione.
So which ones do you use out of
carnitine.
all of these?
I'm just looking up N-acetylcysteine right now, just to see if I can find some. So carnitine, so yeah, it looks like they're not even selling it.
Yeah,
Looks like you can get here, you can get
guess what?
powder.
They know that it protects against shedding. And that's just another huge red flag for me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks like you can get some powdered right here. You can get some L-cysteine. It's not acetyl, but interesting. Huh.
Yeah. Okay. I've been really researching this and it's just astounding what they're doing to us. It's evil.
Yep, it
So,
is. An acetylcysteine precursor. This is what I would do then, is I go, okay, what makes an acetylcysteine in the body? So this is where I go. Precursor to glutathione. So you could get a glutathione product, since that's the precursor of it. So right here, NAC is a glutathione precursor. Okay, so glutathione. Probably why I've been super attracted to starting to take my Immunical again. So this is something that you can definitely get. So you get Immunical through a distributorship. I am a distributor, but you can just get it, you can find it online, but it's Immunical. Debbie, this is a Canadian-based company.
I wanted to ask you,
is that
what-
an NAC product?
Well, an N-acetylcysteine is a precursor to glutathione, and this is this has the precursors to glutathione in it. Let me see what the level of NAC in it is.
Because Maria, it's really scary
I
what
know,
they're
hon.
trying to do to us.
I know, we just got to be in prayer constantly, definitely.
Absolutely agree.
Okay.
may I ask a question?
Sure.
Maria, the glutathione patches with LifeWave, would they work?
Yes, absolutely. Anything that you can do to start the process of producing it in the body.
So that would stop us being affected by the shedding if we have a glutathione patch on?
It certainly won't hurt. I don't know if it'll, and I think it always goes back to what's going on in the person's immune system. Where are they at? But yeah, so this one.
What is that you have in your hand?
This is Immunical. This is Immunotech. Immunotech is a Canadian-based company. And then they skipped over and they went to Mexico. And then they finally came back to America. And this actually is in the desk reference. It is referenced in the physician's desk reference here in America. Amazing product. So it just comes in little packets. Sorry for the noise.
Thank
Just
you.
comes in little packets that you just put in your shake, put it in a protein shake. It tastes good, okay on its own, but I usually throw it in with some protein. But
Thank you.
but yeah, I would look for precursors. I mean, that's what I was just looking up online is the precursors to N-acetylcysteine, which looks like you can get in a lot of different fruits and vegetables. But then really what we're looking for is the precursor to glutathione, which is the main function of the immune system, the main not integration point, fighter. That glutathione helps our immune system be active and available and fighting. So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
And Maria,
Thank you, Maria, because it's really scary.
Yeah,
What
you know
they're
what?
doing.
You know what? It's you just have to just know that God's in control and everything's happening exactly the way it's supposed to.
hallelujah.
My dad was a sage, and that's all he pitched, that's all he pounded into my brain is everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to, or it would be
I
happening different.
absolutely agree.
And so we just have to be in that place of sometimes it takes bringing up people to their knees to wake up to what they've been, to see some lies that maybe they've been lied to. And we just have to let the process run. But in the process of that, we can also be super strong emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and shore each other up, knowing that this is just a small period of time in our history, just a small period of time in our history. Are people affected? Absolutely. Is it going to affect us for future generations? Absolutely. But, even with some of the products that are coming out that some of us know about now, God already had in store that he was going to be putting some great things in alignment to for a time such as this. So I think we all need to try to come out of that place of worry. But I know it's hard because people around us are affected. I just have been walking, and 2020 was an amazing year for me. I never closed my doors. I only wore a mask when I felt hostility and uncomfortableness going out. And now that everything's open, it's so much easier. There's still some places that I won't shop at because of memories of hostility. But I just never stopped doing what I was doing. I just walked through my day and took my nutrients and got on my Beamer and ran my Healy, took my stuff, and just did a lot of just walking with God, knowing that everything's happening for a reason. And yeah, I have a grandbaby that I'm like, he's 3. What's it going to be like when he's older? But I can't worry about that because that's not my walk. That's his walk. So, and I know God's got him in his hand just like he has us. So, that's my little preachy thing for the day. Sorry. I gotta find a little preachy area there.
You gotta have a little spiritual stuff there, right?
A little spiritual walk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minutes with
Absolutely.
Maria. I just didn't bring out any Bible references, did I?
And I could certainly help with some of that knowledge, but we won't go there right now. I did want
That's
to
another
ask,
call.
yeah, this recording, could I have this emailed to me? As my note taking wasn't so good.
Yeah, actually, I can go ahead. We didn't make any claims or anything. We're just having what would help. So
Yeah.
I can go ahead and have this up on YouTube.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Maria, you mentioned about the doctor that bathed the tumors in baking soda. How did he do that?
He shunted
What does that mean?
Well, like if someone had a I think in his book, one of the ones he taught, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I keep finding different things here. There we go. So I think in his book, he talks about that there was a breast tumor that was close enough to the skin that he literally just penetrated the skin into the tumor, shunted the tumor, and then started bathing it with baking soda. Yep, to change it to an alkaline state. Fungus and yeast can't survive. They can't recreate, and they can't send out any tentacles. They can't do anything in an alkaline environment.
But you need a professional doctor to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shunting my own skin, but we were talking about lung and inhaling. And so that's, open tissue that's it's available to get to, but yeah.
So you could put a little bit of alkaline in that water that you were breathing with the vinegar. I mean, a little bit
Absolutely.
of baking soda.
Mm-hmm. That's what I would do. That's what I would be doing. Yeah.
Like a teaspoon or something, maybe a teaspoon?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got vinegar in there too, or you could do rounds of different ones. Yeah, I probably would do a teaspoon per cup. Yeah,
Okay,
just
thank you.
experiment. Dawn, experiment with whatever he feels is the most
Absolutely.
helpful. You might start with just the vinegar and see if he notices a difference, because if you're adding a whole bunch of stuff together, we don't know what might work better. So
And
if you
that's what I have here, step 1 and step 2.
start
And then
with
if
that.
that
And
works
now let me
good,
tell
then
you,
we just,
yeah, and let me tell you my little story about finding that is that I woke up one morning and I was literally I didn't realize that I could produce that much snot in a short amount of time. Steve came downstairs and I had this pyramid of tissues because I was just, oh my gosh, going through the tissues. And so I said, I can't see clients today. You're going to have to see clients. I'll go pick up our Beamer rental from a rancher a ways away. So I drove out to see Jerry, got out of my car, and I said, I'm going to keep my distance because I got this whole nose cold thing going on. But I'm here to pick up at the Beamer. He goes, oh, I can have that gone by tonight. And I was like, okay, Jerry. And so he told me that his wife had worked for a Chinese herbalist, and that everybody that came into his office that had any kind of chest or sinus issues, immediately he got out his little steam pot and made them breathe vinegar steam in the office. So because his wife worked for this Chinese herbalist, they had on their stove at home with their 4 kids or 5 kids, whatever they had, a little saucepan on their stove all winter long. And so before dinner, Mom would march them through, Trisha would march them through the kitchen, and they would all get a couple of inhales of vinegar steam before they sat down to dinner. And not one of them ever had to be home from school because of a chest or a nose cold. And so I kind of was like, I was intrigued, and I thought, this isn't going to work because this is intense. I was just constant. I was going through tissues in my car. Your nose is red. I felt horrible. So I thought, well, I'm going to give this a try. I went home and I did my 1/4 cup of white vinegar and my cup of water, and I did the inhalation. And I was astounded. I could feel everything opening up. I could feel things changing in my sinuses. I could hear things kind of popping. And I blew my nose one more time. And that whole night, I didn't blow my nose once. The next day, I got up and did it again. I didn't blow my nose at all that whole next day. And then I didn't do it again. And the next day, I felt like I didn't know if it was starting to come back or what, but from that point on, then I just did it daily until it was completely gone. And I didn't have any congestion in the morning. But I was amazed. And so then at that point, we were taking our electroceutical devices, our Beamer device, to an old folks home. That sounds really horrible. Sorry, an assisted living. I don't know what the right terminology for that is, but my niece was a director, and we went there, and all of these nurses were having nose colds. So I said, go into the kitchen and put some vinegar on the stove, and tell you what, they all came back the next week and said that was the most amazing thing. So the other thing is vinegar is helpful for killing germs, and so if you can breathe the molecular particulate matter of vinegar down into your lungs, guess what it's doing? Is it starting to kill germs there too?
I bet
nice.
shedding.
Yes. Yeah. So anytime I have had anything that even feels like it's going to go down into my lungs, that's what I'm doing. The other thing is paw breathing. So paw breathing is where you inhale deeply through your nose, expand your chest diaphragmatically, and then when you exhale, you say paw, and you give it some force. So it looks really silly, but it sounds and looks like this. You're going to inhale through your nose, all the way through. Now, if I had any congestion in my lungs at all, I would have been coughing at paw or after that. And so during COVID, when I think I had it, that is exactly what I did. Is every day, 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, I would do the vinegar inhalation 5 or 6 times, and then do the paw breathing. And it would sound horrible. It forces you to cough. But remember, the lungs can't drain. We have to expel. And that's why laughter is the best medicine, because it makes you cough. So we have to expel out of the lungs. And that's one way. The paw breathing is a really good way to get you to create, or Cheryl's doing it. I see you, Cheryl. Everybody try. But I had another person that came in during COVID last year. She had COVID. And she couldn't even say pa. She couldn't even start pa without starting to hack. But she started doing that, and within about 2 days, she could actually make it through an entire exhalation without coughing.
Okay, vinegar. As regarding vinegar, is there a particular type that is?
Yeah, the Chinese use black vinegar, and I've never looked for it. But supposedly it exists. This Chinese herbalist used black vinegar, but Jerry said, and I'm going off of Jerry because he did this, even apple cider vinegar, just white vinegar. I just had white vinegar.
Thank you.
You bet. But yes, don't breathe through your mouth because you'll feel like you choked on a pickle.
Maria, it's Willow again.
Mhm.
Can you tell me about the Beamer? How do we purchase that? I'm interested in doing that. I don't know how to achieve that.
How to get one or how to
Absolutely. How to buy the
to
Beamer?
buy a Beamer. So Beamer is like Healy, you have to get it through a distributor. So if you know whoever, go back to whoever you heard Beamer from and then tell them that
And
you're
that would
interested
be
in.
you. That would be
Okay.
you.
Then we can definitely talk outside of this call since it's a Healy call on the Beamer. I think all of these are amazing tools, great tools to get into people's hands just to get blood flow, get blood flow to the tissues. I never really put I always think as well, I'm going to go back on my little scripture soapbox here for a minute. You know, when you say a prayer and you say you plead the blood of Jesus, and I always, it's not really a tangible thing to think about until I got a device that changes the blood flow. And then I went, oh my gosh, plead the blood of Jesus, get the blood to the cell. The blood heals. The blood knows what to do. The body knows what to do when the cells have or are bathed in blood. So, yeah, definitely. I think we need all of these amazing tools. And the thing that I think is, we're talking about COVID, I think the thing that's amazing for me is all of these different electroceuticals and products that are coming now into our realm were all started years ago. The technology was being researched and started years ago, 50 plus years for a time such as this. And all of these things are being brought to America now within just the last 10 years. Some of the stuff that we're finding within the last couple of years that are assisting in blood and DNA and circulation. And I just think it's amazing. I think it's such a God thing. It's just very cool. Okay, does anybody want to talk about any Healy stuff? And there's only a few of us. We've kind of got off on a lot of different subjects. Yes, Debbie. You're still, oh, I think you're working on it. There you go.
I wanted to ask you, Maria, last night they talked about when you sign someone up that's doing the business, that they're called a partner. So what if someone just comes in as a customer? Is it like, does it go on the same line? Also, for you to collect on the points down below, I got it that you just collect on the one with the lowest points. But to collect on the ones before, like below, you have to have 2 partners, not customers, in your binary line below you?
Correct. You have to, yeah, correct. You have to have 2 actual business centers below you, not just customers.
And do they have to be active? Do they have to be active that they're doing their points every month? Is that the thing?
They have to have at least purchased something at somewhere.
So if they just came in and purchased a machine, but but they didn't do any other business on that would still be counted that you've got someone in your line?
Yep.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, it's really awesome if they are doing things, but yeah, in order to be qualified, you have to have, at least for right now, have to have somebody on each leg. Now, moving forward, in order to be qualified, and I think it will include Canada, is that you'll have to have a subscription with your business center or have customers that have ongoing subscriptions in order for your business center to say, I am qualified from a subscription standpoint, and I have signed up someone on each leg. So
Okay,
those are the
you could have
qualifications moving
someone-
forward.
So if I had someone like underneath, say the left side, and
Mhm.
they bought the gold machine, say, or they bought the resonance, whatever,
Right.
but they didn't do anything else. But I had somebody that was underneath them that had a machine, and they were still like, they were getting a subscription. So they would have the points, so that would count as my points. How many points a month do you have to have? And does that include like you and your downline?
Well, let me go, and I know that this back office is going to change, but let me just give you, let's see, I think I'm in my mom's back office here because she's got some points we can look at.
Like, for example, if I didn't buy a subscription 1 month, but somebody in my line did, would that count?
If a customer did, it would count.
But not a
Yeah,
partner.
it's going to be imperative. I guess I'm going to have to sign in different. It's going to be imperative to make sure that you capitalize on all your points, that all of us have a subscription. I just, because you can't necessarily count on a customer not, you can't count on a customer maintaining their monthly subscription. Don't count on it, you
No.
know? Okay, so like, here's my mom. So she's already been paid. She's got, her right leg has 1,120 points and her left leg has 418. Now I know personally in this month, she has not sold anything this month. This is points below her that people have put in. So I won't go to her. I won't go to her line. Just know that she's got enough sales to accumulate 418 points on her left and 1,120 points on her right. So what Healy's going to do at the end of this month, if this hasn't changed at all, is they're going to take this amount of points right here. She's not earned any commission. So this full amount of points will be for her right now. How the compensation plan is set up will give her 15%. So if I do 418 times 15%, she will get $62.70 from somebody else's sales, somebody else's work dumped into her e-wallet.
So she'll get 15% of the 418 points accumulated on the one
Yes,
side.
of the lower leg. Yep. Yep.
And
and
how
if
many
this-
points does she have to qualify that month?
I think
Right.
that they
Right now.
have a 25 point minimum. I'm not sure on that. I think it's a 25 point minimum that before
Okay.
they actually pay you. Or the check has to be at least $25. I think it is before they will even entertain,
Okay,
putting money
Yeah.
into an e-wallet. Yeah.
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 okay.
So, Cheryl, are you okay with me? Were you even seeing that on the screen? You were, okay. Cheryl, are you okay with me telling everybody where you sit with your points?
Yes.
Okay. So Cheryl is one of my first signups. And if you were on the call last night, you saw the tree and she's up there somewhere. That might have even been the line, the pink,
I
pink
think that's
little,
what you were telling them about. Yeah.
that might have been you.
Yeah.
In fact, let me just go see if I can find that. I'm gonna go under documents and Healy. And PowerPoint. Let me go back one.
I was going to say last night, is that me, Maria?
You should have, because I'm almost positive this was you. Okay, can you see my screen right now?
No.
Okay, let me come back to share. Let me come back to screen share. Let's see, go back here.
I did take a picture of it.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Let me come into here. Okay, so this was the downline I showed from last night. This was 20 days into Healy. I signed up here April 18th, and this was everything on my left leg as of May 9th. So this was, and they launched with their first sale, or the first time we could order it, on May 1st. So this was an entire thing. And so any of you know that Dr. Gwen, this is her line. But up here, I'm pretty sure this is Cheryl. And that would mean that Debbie is here now. Debbie doesn't have anybody below her, but she's in Canada thinking that she hasn't really been able to build. But guess what Debbie's going to do now after last night's call is she's going to have people signing up below her. Okay, Cheryl is sitting here. Now this was May 9th. This is May 9th of last year. So there have been even more points put in here. Cheryl right now sits with 373? 373,000 500, let's say, points. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something like that. Okay, so if she had that same amount over here on this leg, if I take that amount times 15%, that's $56,000 in points equivalency waiting for her here for Debbie to build over here. So when Debbie's leg gets to say, let's say 3,000 points, which is going to happen in the first probably 24 hours of Canada opening, let's say, because Healy's going to pay on the smallest leg. So let's just give an example of maybe there's 3,000 points that are accumulated over here. What Healy's going to do is take 3,000 points and wash this to zero, and then take 3,000 points out of her 373,500 and some points over here, which leaves her the remainder for the next month. Okay, so if we take 3,000 points times 15%, that's $450 in Cheryl's pocket for just introducing it to Debbie. And Debbie's going to get commission and to get those points as well on her right and left leg, respectively. But this is definitely what can happen. So did that answer your question as far as points, Debbie? What else do you need to know about this diagram that would be helpful?
Okay, I think it did. So you said they would take 3,000 down the left side. And for
Yes.
Cheryl, like just later on her.
Yeah, they'll take your weakest leg. So if there were
Yes.
if there were 3,000 points accumulated over here on the right leg, they would subtract 3,000 from both legs.
Okay.
So she would have now 370,000 points over here available for the next month. So
Oh, okay. So I get it now. It's not like they pay you just that lowest side. They take that lowest side off the high side and give you the rest.
and give you, yeah, well, and they save the rest for the next month. So everything, now some companies, all of this would wash, and I'm praying that they're not changing our, our compensation plan to do that. Hopefully they're keeping everything as it is, because that's one of the main things about Healy that I love is they don't wash these points. They'll just keep subtracting whatever Canada does over here, slowly whittling away at this, but this leg will always continue to build. So Cheryl probably will always be lopsided. She'll probably always have a left leg that's bigger than her right leg.
So can you clarify what you mean by they save it for the next month? I don't quite understand that.
Sure. Let me.
Or they transfer it to the next month. You said that.
Yeah. So here's Jessie, right? And she's here and she's got 10,000 on this leg and 7,000 on this leg. Okay. Healy's going to pay you on your shortest leg. Okay. The one that has the least amount of points. So if Jessie had sold any personally, they would be subtracting the amount of commission out of this because they're not going to pay double, right? They're just going to pay her on just the points that are remaining for this dual leg bonus. So what they will do is if she doesn't have any commissions, direct commissions coming to her, they're going to take $7,000, 7,000 times 15% is $1,050. So Jessie would make $1,050 off of the points that are accumulated here. They will also subtract those 7,000 points from this leg too. They're just going to calculate it off the smallest leg, shortest leg, weakest leg, however you want to verbalize that, and then take that 7,000 or whatever the weakest leg is off both sides. And that leaves 3,000 points over here still. Some companies wash that completely and the person will start at 0 on both legs. But Healy, up until now, allows those remaining points to stay as a basically sandbagging for the next month. In the car business, they call that sandbagging. And so Jessie will start with 3,000 over here. Guess where she's working the next month? She's still working on this leg, to get it even. So now she's got 3,000 over here. If this leg did nothing, but this leg did 3,000, then she would get the points on that, and now both legs would be at 0. But in Healy, that does not typically happen unless you just have a very small amount of people and none of them are doing anything. So
Okay.
does that make sense now that you can see the diagram and the graph with?
I think so. Don't give me a test, but I think so.
Well, and here's the other example over here, example 2. So on this example, this leg is weaker. Let me come here. On this example, this leg is the weaker one, right?
Yeah.
There's only 5,000 and this one has 15. So they'll take 5,000 off of each leg, leaving this leg with 10,000 points left for next month. And they'll pay this person 15% on 5,000 minus any commissions they've received. So that's $750.
And then it's the 15,000 gone after that month or the next month?
Well, the 5,000 is gone on each leg. So that leaves
Okay.
10,000 surplus for the next month.
Okay, I got it now.
Okay, so some companies, like I said, will wash all of it, and it would just they would take 5,000 and they would wash all of these points. But Healy has not been doing that. They've been allowing those other points to stay for us to take advantage of.
Mm.
So when we go back to this and we're looking at Cheryl's, right? All of these points that have been accumulating, waiting to start that second leg or right leg, which you're at the top of.
Yes.
All of those points are just there waiting for her.
Okay.
So she'll just use them up as you and her help build her Canada team.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What else can we help with?
I'm good.
Yeah. We covered a lot of different things tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Can I
Anybody
say
need-
something?
Yeah.
You look very beautiful today.
I did.
Yes.
I so did
Steve.
not. I so did not know that was my husband on there. That is so funny. I didn't know who you
Did
were.
I tell you? Did I tell you how beautiful you are today?
Yes, you did. You did.
Did I tell you I loved you today?
Yeah, you did several times.
Aw,
I love
that's
you too.
sweet.
That's it. Thank you.
You're funny, Stephen.
Oh my God, I didn't even know it was him. He
You're
said the
so
pickle thing, and I'm
beautiful.
like, I kind of recognize the voice, but I didn't know. That's funny. You're awesome.
Well,
Thank you, hon.
If you only kind of recognize it, I got to be on here more often.
I thought you would know when you said that about the vinegar.
I was like, okay, well, I don't know who that is, but they've obviously heard this story before. And I
That's
didn't know
me.
that was you, and you've experienced it before. That's why you were saying
I've listened
something.
to the whole thing. You guys are awesome. All you girls, just know that this is really, I love this. You guys are awesome. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna unmute.
Thank you, hon. That's funny. Oh,
You are
That's the
awesome,
loving energy
Maria.
we need to feel every day. That's
every
beautiful.
day, every day. That's awesome.
I
You
just
are
wanted to
awesome,
say that,
Maria.
Maria.
37 years I have him trained, so we're good. Wouldn't
As
have
long
it
as
any other way.
they say, yes, dear. I just think that's so, yes, dear,
Yes,
right?
dear. Yes, dear.
Right, Dan?
He says yes, dear, a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Maria, one
yeah.
other thing is
Mhm.
just on my heart to go ahead and ask, but what on the blue dot should I would you suggest that I run, and I'll cross-reference with what I'm doing and see if it's a confirmation.
As far as for this gentleman,
Yes, for the lung cancer. Mhm.
okay. So I would, if you have the resonance, I would definitely start, now that they're offering it in the blue dot, start with the digital nutrition and scan against that if it doesn't show up, and vibrate that. Or if you have it in the pink dot, pick the top couple and make sure that you're doing that, because that's at least showing energetically where there might be some nutritional weaknesses that you can add in. And then if you do that a couple of times and you notice the same thing coming up, that's probably a nutritive quality that needs to be physically given to him as well. Lung, I don't know exactly what the emotional stuff is with fungus, but lungs, since it hit there, is longstanding grief. And it's hard because he was in that environment for so long that it could just be that it was just an onslaught, just an assault daily. But lungs having some weakness or propensity for developing that, we're looking at longstanding grief. So I would be doing lung function in the bioenergetic harmony. I would be doing lung meridian, definitely. Probably would also do heart meridian. I would probably doing a lot of energetic stuff like that. I don't know what's showing up in the scan for him specifically because we don't know internally what's showing up as a priority. And that scan really is showing what's priority right now because we know that that's going to change. Immune, tonsils. I would probably do bacteria, even though it's fungus. I would probably run that. What else would I run? I would definitely run liver function, liver meridian, because we got to keep the blood clean. Boy, he probably has a lot of stuff in the chakra stuff that you could run too. You could run the heart chakra. So it's hard. And do you know if he's got any digestive issues?
No, that seems to be okay.
Okay, as far as we know. Okay.
As far as we know, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about mentally? Does he seem pretty stable?
He's very, very uplifted.
Okay. Okay. I would almost go for the, longstanding grief. What has he been grieving?
Yeah,
You
it
know?
is. And that's something that came up in our conversation. He was with a single mom who had lupus when he was 13, and she died like almost in his presence at age 15. And
Wow. So he's been carrying this for a very long time.
and then he admitted that he's put it away so he doesn't have to deal with it.
And then he set himself up to be in an environment where something could manifest from it.
Yep. And it's still, he was emotional just that moment.
Yeah,
So
I bet. Okay, so then you might look at doing the flower essences and vibrating the flower essences to him, whichever one. If one keeps showing up consistently, I would go get it and have him take it under his tongue sublingually.
That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, whatever shows up from, because, we know from Dr. Bach, that's all he did in the hospital was watch the different characteristics of people that had issues. And then he would find the flower essence that would help balance what was going on in their psyche that would then shift them off of the need to hang on to the physical issue. So, human emotion is the issue. Human emotion is the glue that holds the issues in the tissues.
Interesting.
And if you can help him release, and if he's getting emotional just thinking about it, then he's ripe and he needs help on releasing that, maybe releasing guilt because he couldn't help her because he probably chose to come here in this lifetime to save her and couldn't. Yeah. And then he has the abandonment and the loss and the longstanding grief of moving forward alone as a young man.
Yeah, and still feeling alone. He still can't seem to hold down a relationship to have a wife, and he desires that really bad. So that makes sense.
Did you get a green laser from us when we did our green laser?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, because you could do some session healing on him and some soul retrieval. That might be helpful to bring back. I would look at soul retrieval with him because when she passed, she probably, there are probably parts of him, fragment and soul pieces that probably have the key to his healing that are not integrated. So you might even
I got goosebumps on that, so that resonated. Yeah.
You might even just ask him if there were soul pieces out here that are not part of integrated with you. First of all, what are they? Actually, do you have my email? Do you have our email?
I do. Yeah.
Just email me. Well, you know what?
Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to just do it here so you have it.
Okay.
Let me go back here really quick. Let's see. I want to stay sharing my screen so you can see it because I'm obviously not doing that very well tonight. Actually, let me stop sharing. I'll go back and find it. I want to look for.
Steve, do you see the glow on your wife's face now? Do you see that? Isn't that beautiful?
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Are you kidding me?
He fell in love with me in a tent with no makeup on, and he doesn't like it when I wear makeup. So
They
there you
say
go.
that's a keeper. I know that's what they call.
I know.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Do you hear that, Christina?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm not finding it here. So let me do this. Let me come back to sharing my screen. And we're going to go back to, I click out of this. We're kind of done with that. And let's go back to YouTube. I'm going to go down here to the green laser. This is the, okay, let's go through. I will email you this. Let me find it here.
Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Gwen. Okay, right here. This came to me in a dream. This is the soul retrieval piece. So this is what I ask people, and this comes with part of the green laser kit. So what I ask people is there a piece of soul, is there a soul that's a soul fragment that's out there that you feel is kind of on the outskirts, but not present and not integrated? And almost always they look at me and go, yeah, several. And I'm like, oh, pick the first one. And is it male or female energy? And they'll pick. And I'll say, okay, now tell me what the emotion, the negative emotion is that soul fragment is carrying against you, or that's they're carrying that won't allow them to be part of you again, part of, the tribe, part of you. And so I've had the gamut, well, anywhere from anger, guilt, shame. Something came up the other day and I don't even have it here. And I was like, wow, I'm going to do other because I don't even have it listed here. But once we find out what that piece is, then we can start asking that soul fragment questions on what does it need the person to do so that it feels comfortable coming back to be part of the whole, because there's a level of trust that's not there for that soul piece to come back. And the person always knows what it is. Like, oh, well, I need to do this. Or one person was like, I need to start my artwork again. In fact, I just got my easel out and I need to start painting again because this soul piece needed fun, needed fun in order to integrate back in. So this is just an example of something that you can do. You can kind of invent your own, but I can email you the card without sample written across it if you want to use
Great.
something like this.
Yeah, greatly appreciate it. Can I share my email now, or do you want it in chat, or what works?
Actually, if you'll just email Gwen and Maria 2020@gmail.com.
Yep, I got it. Okay, thank you.
And just email me and I can send you the slide without the sample on it. But this
Yeah,
is what
and
I use for soul fragment integration. And it's amazing. People leave and they go, oh my God, I haven't felt this grounded in forever. But what if he has a couple of soul pieces out there that are so wounded, they won't come back, but they have the key to his immune system fighting what needs to be fought? What if those are the soul pieces that are out there that they're not even present with him right now because they don't trust to come back?
I'm very interested in getting the green laser once I get my check from Healy.
Okay.
Is there a training that goes with it with you and?
Well, this Zoom call, it literally is the training. I mean, we go through the whole thing using the green laser. The green laser has a scalar sleeve that goes over it, and it just allows the green laser light to become more healing and more penetrating. And then what we do on this is we have Q-tips and we put our DNA on it. And then on the card, I'll actually shine, like, let's say there's a soul fragment that is super angry. I'll put the person's Q-tip with their DNA on it, and I'll just shine the green laser on it, clearing all of the issues that may be related to that. So the green laser is amazing at doing something like this. I use it in all my healing sessions now.
When you were talking before, I researched why NAC was taken off, and it's like a big controversy. I put it in the chat, naturalproductsinsider.com. Shows why.
I'm sure it's a controversy, but yeah, I think probably it's very accurate. What Willow said is that it's working to help people with shedding. because it's glutathione. It's the immune system. It's boosting the immune system.
And you know, the LifeWave patches, I'm a distributor, and they're 300 times more than what you could get in a supplement.
That's awesome.
Yes. And one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get your ionized water? Do you have a certain?
We have Life Ionizer. So we have, oh, I don't have a picture here. We have pictures for when we travel, you know, just a picture of water that alkalizes, but then we have two. We have one at home and one at the office and one at home.
Did you ever hear of Gia? It's a
There's
system.
Lots of different kinds. Yep. I liked the Life Ionizer. I originally started looking at the Kangen water filters, but they're, you know, $4,000. And because they're multi-level, and everything multi-level is a little higher price because they have to pay they have to pay the downline. Life Ionizers is not, so that's why I went with that one, because it was a $2,000 unit, $2,200, something like that. So it was half the price of something that was in a multi-level marketing plan, but still but there are there's Jupiter, there's a lot of great ones out there. Berkey even.
Did I see that Healy was doing some kind of water thing?
Nunya Nina is, and I think that's where he's focusing his research now. He is the one that put the Gold Cycle programs together. He now has focused on water, and I think Healy is going to adopt some of his research. So we could be seeing that in the future, definitely.
Oh, yay. And do you use regular tap water with your ionizer?
Yeah,
machine?
I just run tap water through it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, Debbie.
Maria, I'm just wondering, you know, I have the green laser. I love your program with it. I was just wondering, it just hit me, if we were out somewhere and we had a glass of water, or could we do the green laser over it? And would it get rid of any of the bad chemicals in it?
Yep. Well,
but the intention
yeah, you definitely want to have just a better water source anyway, but you could certainly change it so that your body receives it differently. I don't know if it would actually get rid of all of the stuff in water that's not, you know, that's got, you know, chemicals in it, but you certainly could change the intent on how your body receives it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it was the pH level I'm thinking about. Remember when in the one, I think it was the advanced first help.
Can't hear you, Debbie.
When she put the intention in when she was thinking the drink and that it was broccoli, and then she tested her alkaline after.
Yep. And that's, you know, that's definitely up here. Your brain can change anything to the goodness. I mean, that's, you know, again, going back to praying over your food, you know, you're literally becoming one with the food on an energetic level. We don't think of it that way. We just pray over the food and the source. You're becoming one with the vibration of that, so that your body receives it different. So that's what she was doing with, you know, with the drink that she had. I can't remember what it was.
There's a prayer that you can do. You put your hands over the food. And you bless the spirit of the animal or of the plant.
Over the plant.
And then, you know, you
thank
ask
it, and you become one with that energy too. You allow the energies to meld. But she was doing, I can't remember what she was drinking, but it was an acidic drink. So she tested her pH prior to her saliva on litmus paper, and then drank it. And then after, her intention of, this is doing for my body what broccoli would do, which is super alkalizing and changing my being that way. And then tested her pH, and it was her saliva pH, and it was definitely a higher pH.
Yeah.
The litmus paper. Yeah. So.
Okay. I just thought with the green laser.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay. All right. Well, again, we went on another rabbit trail, but rabbit trails are fun. So I'm going to get off the phone.
Sorry.
What's that?
We have another call.
We have another call soon. So I'm going to get off and eat some dinner. And
I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for your time. And this was love. So just pure love. And I thank you for that.
You're welcome, and keep us posted, and we will definitely be in prayer. Can we have his first name?
Yes, his name is Aaron.
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 Aaron?
Yes, ma'am. Aaron, known by AJ. So yes.
AJ. We will all be sending some wonderful intentional healing prayers and love and breath Breath of life. Oh my
Breath of
gosh,
Life.
in the deep
I
cycle,
run that.
breath
I run that
Good.
all the time. Yes.
and fine
Beautiful.
flow. Breath of
A
life,
lot of,
fine flow.
oh yeah, free flow. I just ran that direct pink yesterday on free flow and.
Do you have a
Breath of-
couple of Healys that you could have in his presence on a consistent basis?
No, but I believe he just committed to work with Christina and getting his own pink, and he's very intimidated with electronical stuff, but I'm just purposely letting him hit buttons and let him start and
Good.
incline, and so to where he's getting confident with it. So I think
Awesome.
Christina is going to help get him his own. So I think that would
Very
be
cool.
great.
Very
So
cool.
this is great
Awesome.
confirmation and just what a blessing. Thank you so much.
And then just email me and I'll get you that info. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
May I
Thank
ask
you,
a
Maria. Thanks for all the extra info too, not just.
Thank you,
what
sweetie.
with your expert.
you bet. All right. You all have a great night and we'll see you again next week.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love y'all.
I love
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you, Maria.